Previously on Bogart Here.
My plan was to use minimal camping gear and a paddleboard as a means of river travel. I would combine this with a lightweight trailer and bicycle as a way of transporting my boat and myself back to the truck at the end of my trips. A 51-mile expedition of the Colorado River from Garwood, Texas to Hollywood Bottoms Park was to be the final test to prove the feasibility of Project Dumbass. Unfortunately, like most things I do, it didn't exactly go according to plan. I put in, which what that means with a rigid paddleboard is that somehow water is getting into the foam inside the shell of the boat and making it slowly sink. So that's a problem. And I see air bubbles. You know what that means. Oh shit. Holy shit. That is a 5-6 foot alligator. Oh, fuck. Oh. Quick status update. I'm on the mighty Colorado River again, somewhere between Garwood and Wharton, Texas. I discovered that I overnighted last night and I discovered that my boat is taking water and slowly sinking. And the closest place to take out is about 13 miles away, so I'm trying to paddle as quickly as I can to get there. And then to start the morning off right, I saw easily a 6-foot alligator like 15 feet from my boat just hanging out. So I'm clearly in gator country in the sinking boat. Good morning to you. Holy shit! Oh my god! Holy shit! Tell me you got that on film. Okay, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. That's why you rush towards the running water, guys. You control shit like that.
That's the meanest looking cow I've ever seen. He looks like he wants a piece of me. He's got that goiter on his neck. His life is kind of... Oh yeah, he wants a piece of me. He's angry because he doesn't have horns. Yeesh, that's a beastie cow. What's up, bro? Can you swim? I guarantee you if he started coming in the water, I'd get the hell out of here.
I'm not what you would call a superstitious person, but every now and then I do feel like the universe is trying to whisper something to me. After waking up to a sinking paddleboard, getting tower buzzed by an alligator, and nearly getting a prostate exam from a gar beak, I was pretty sure the universe had graduated from whispers to an outside voice. The meathead bull vibing me on the bank was the final straw. I don't like saying uncle on a trip, but the rear of my paddleboard was half submerged at this point. I needed to get my ass down the river and call for an extraction. It was time to face the fact that Project Dumbass was a bust. Still, people are always telling me I never know when to quit, and I hate to let my critics down by proving them wrong. A catastrophic failure of the fin box. You can see where the seam is completely split open. It was allowing water to seep into the main part of the boat and into the foam that keeps it afloat, and that was no bueno. So thankfully I was able to make it to a halfway point at Glen Flora, Texas, which is its own fascinating story, perhaps for another time, and now I'm waiting for an extraction. But I am sad to report that the dream of Project Dumbass is dead. However, this dreamer is not dead, so I can assure you some new dream will quickly take its place. Till then, let's have a moment of silence for Project Dumbass. So you might be asking yourself at this point, what in fact is Project Dumbass? Well, Project Dumbass is the realization of a dream. The dream that a man could put his boat in the water at one point on a river and with reasonable assurance expect that when he gets to another point on that river, his car will be waiting for him so that he can get out and drive home. In summary, Project Dumbass is about self-supported river expedition. And most definitely, it's not about being a creepy old dude that hangs out on children's playscapes. Bogart here. I'm somewhere between Glen Flora, Texas and Hollywood Bottoms LCRA Park. And it's been approximately 48 hours since the sudden catastrophic failure of Project Dumbass. But this dumbass is still going. So here's the situation. I've taken my old Kona ute and I've loaded it down with gear. Enough gear that I'm quite sure exceeds what's the recommended weight limit for this bicycle based on how wobbly the back end is flexing. And I've got about a 23 mile ride according to Google to get to where I took out last in Glen Flora, Texas. I'm not really too sure of the route as it's going to be mostly rural roads. So we'll see what we see. But I'm excited to get back on the river and try to finish out this 51-mile paddle. entering Glen Flora, Texas, which is an odd little place. You'll never notice it because it's not on any major thoroughfares, but it's in between Garwood and Wharton. And what it is a town of 300 or 400 people and a shit ton of potted plants. All of this is miles and miles of nursery, and I assume they must be like licensed with some sort of commercial contract to make this stuff, because it's just a huge operation out in the middle of nowhere. Really cool. Hopefully unperturbed. Howdy. That was hard. It was a long and sketchy bike ride, all of which I'll try to communicate in my longer video. It's 7:02. Who puts on the river at 7:02 in the evening? This jackass. So that gives me a little bit of daylight. I think sunset is around 8:30. Probably what I'll try to do is find a sandbank where I can sort of situate the boat. The put-in was such a pain in the ass that I couldn't really get things squared away because it was at such a steep and treacherous angle. So I need to kind of square the boat away. Then I'll try to haul ass for an hour, and then I'll try to look for a nice bank, nice beachhead or something to make my camp for the evening. Hey buddy, getting clean? Who's over here? Hello, how are you? You guys are cocky. Oh yeah? You don't have enough of me? Alright. Bye now. Beautiful Texas sky. Sun is already down. I've got this sweet sandy bank to camp on this evening. Give you a quick tour of Chez Bogart. Got our tarp down on the sand and a 15-year-old tent. I forget the name of this inflatable mattress, but it's really great. It folds down real good, and it's better than any thermarest I've ever had. Also, these little collapsible chairs are a real lifesaver if you like to. Well, okay. All right, I'm delighted with this camping spot, and I'm gonna make I think it's desiccated beef stroganoff. Should be really good, and I've had this pack of beef stroganoff for like maybe 2 or 3 years, so I'm sure it's probably aging just beautifully, which is what you're supposed to do with MRE rations, is let them age a little bit. They only get sweeter with time. Today, so we covered 4 miles in about an hour last night. Now, I was trying pretty hard. Pretty hard, not super hard though. And so, I don't know if I'm gonna say I can average 3 miles an hour then. I got basically about 21 more miles to go. So I think it's, fatigue will set in, but I think it's doable that I get off the river today. And the wind has died down a little bit, so that's good. So I'm gonna get in my little boat and make some time, see what we see.